G'day, Mike here. And in this video, I'm going to have a little bit of an announcement. But first of all, I want to play some music. So this is something I created last night. I stayed up till 4 a.m. 4 a.m. you start to get into a bit of a weird headspace. And I wasn't quite sure if this was any good. So I slept on it, checked it out this morning. Yeah, it's got some legs, so I'll play it first. I don't even know what you call this, by the way. I don't know what kind of genre it is. It's not really a beat. It's not a complete song, that's for sure. But it's just a little loop. So let's listen. So that's the loop. It's pretty simple, but I was quite happy with it. It was quite a lot of fun to go back into that space and just get lost in tweaking the sounds and coming up with melodies and that kind of thing. It really did remind me of why I got into making electronic music many years ago. So that was great, and there are a whole bunch of different ways we can manipulate it with the loopers as well. Different timbres and different tunings and that kind of thing. More subdued kind of sounds. Completely change the key if we want. You may notice there's a BPM change in there as well. And we can mess with the BPM directly like this. More like a drum and bass feel. Dubstep 140 BPM. So that's more or less it. Now for the announcement, I sort of want to talk a little bit about why I spent a lot more time writing music rather than programming new features. Because programming new features really should take priority. But I came to the revelation that I need to get this thing out there. I need to get it in the hands of people who want to use it, even if it's incomplete, and start that ball rolling. It's going to be a long process to get this to where I really want it to be, and I need users' feedback sooner rather than later. So a big part of that was like, well, I can't even really get an alpha out. It's not even really at the point where it's an alpha, but I can create a test version. So if you're old enough to remember Quake, you may remember they created a Q test, and that was a very sort of rough pre-release of the Quake game. So I want to do something sort of in that vein, get some sort of minimal thing working, and a big part of it is to have a really solid demo song. So when you open it up, you have this pretty good sounding demo song. It hooks you straight away. You can start, just hit play and you can start tweaking parameters, and you can instantly sort of hear, or you can tweak parameters directly. You can instantly hear what's going on without even really knowing how the intricacies of the app work or how to create things directly. Because it can be pretty intimidating, any sort of app you open and it's just a big blank canvas. I don't want to do that. I don't think that would be very appealing. So I'd much rather have something that users can tweak, and then if they really want to get into it, they can add to it, or they can just start a new project completely. So that's where I want to head, and I think that's the right direction, because obviously the point of this app is to create music. And if you can't create music, or if you can't listen to music with it, if you can't tweak music with it, then there's sort of no point really. And just realigning myself around the idea of making this demo song be the guiding principle behind what I should develop, I think is super important, because that will give me the direction, and it will allow me to prioritize what actually really needs to be built. Because, with this app, I mean, there are just so many things I want to add. There are just so many little rabbit holes I can go down, and that potentially add years to development if I go down them. So I need to sort of realign myself around what's actually important and getting it out in front of users, and also getting their feedback. I think the feedback is going to be really important. Things that I take for granted that may be obvious to me, to a new user, they may be completely baffling, and I don't really know that until I get that feedback. So that's where we're at. Now with that, creating music is well, one of the things I've already learned from just putting more time into creating music is I've made a big list of all the things that really, to be honest, suck about trying to create music, and trying to little subtleties that make it really annoying, and just listing all those up and trying to fix those. And this test app is going to be there's going to be a massive disclaimer. Obviously it's going to have bugs. There are going to be features that are very incomplete, and the idea is hopefully we'll release quite a few of them, and we'll keep refining them until we get to a point where we're pretty happy, and then maybe we'll move into an alpha. So I'm sort of looking at like a total 6-month timeline for that. So, hopefully 2 to 3 weeks to get the test out, at least the first test out, and then perhaps another 6 months to get to an alpha. So that's where we're at. I don't want to make this video too long. So, if you're interested in that sort of thing, if this app looks appealing to you and you want to give it a go, then please jump in the Discord. Discord should be in the description, and we'll announce the test there. We'll have it up for download there. You can just join the Discord. There's no sort of private invite thing or anything. And hopefully the idea is that if anyone uses the app through the Discord, they can also post feedback there. They can post their creations. That's sort of the general direction I want to take. So if you're interested, please sign up. I'd love to see you there. And that's it. Until next time, see ya.